Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a quick video. We are going to do some brake pipe manufacturing. I say we, Dad is in the garage and we're going to be making an end for the this brake pipe for the smart car. So we're just going to chop this end off. You've got a tool there that is cutting that end off. And we've got our coil of, I assume it's copper brake pipe. There, we've lubricated that up with some WD-40 first and foremost, and we're going to just chop that end off. So the reason we've chopped that end off is just because the end that came with this pipe was sort of been a bit hacked about a little bit and ground, so Dad's cut that off just to give us a nice cleaner end for the project. So we bought this kit off eBay. I won't lie, it's probably not the best kit in the world. About 15-20 quid, and it's a brake pipe kit. There were options available that were sort of 80, 90, 100 pounds, but we're not fixing brake pipes every week, so for 20 odd quid, hopefully it will do the job. Slides on the end there, and it's tightened up with a sort of hex key. And then you screw in this part on the end, which, if I'm right, will thread the end of that copper pipe. Am I right? No, I'm not right. What will it do?
It's lining it up how far it wants to be stuck through. And that should be it then.
Tighten that in place. That's now lining that up. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. So now that tool has measured the amount of protrusion of that copper pipe into the tool, ready to fit an end on there.
There's a line on there so we don't ruin this.
So we're removing the tool now. Moment of truth, has that end come out okay? Maybe we should have probably popped that on first, but we shall see. How's it looking? Oh yeah, that's okay. It's sort of flared that end, hasn't it? Filing it down now just to get any burrs off the edge there. There it is, single flared end on the brake pipe, and the verdict from Dad was not bad for a cheap £15 tool. There it is, using that tool just to flare the end of a piece of brake pipe. So the next part is to compare it to the old one. Looks quite good. Just got to remember to put the...
That's a proper metric one with a flat back on it. I think got a flat back with that tool. Look.
I see. And the next part is to match the shape of the old brake pipe. There you can see it on the floor. Dad's going to preliminary get the length and shape of this brake pipe measured out so we don't waste too much of this copper pipe unnecessarily. So this is a preliminary measure, it's not the final piece, as you can see, but got quite a tight bend on that end. We've got to be careful when we're shaping that not to go too far and maybe even damage or bend that pipe. And as before, we've measured the size and the end, and we're just going to cut that off now with this little pipe cutting tool. You said you was going to get it right with a piece of string.
Put a piece of string down the old one, down all the length of it, and then use the string to get this length exactly right.
Because that's sort of a flexible measure, I suppose.
It's not far out as it is. Out with the file tang.
So we've got a file here, just making that end.
Just using the tang just to ream the end out.
And here's the excess.
There you go, ready to measure it exactly. Get it straight.
Been sent to find some string. We shall see if we can find some. Yeah, would you have it? I managed to find some string. Well, I've managed to find some string. You never thought we'd need that for making a brake pipe, did you? So this is the old brake pipe, and what Dad's doing is not overly technical, but does the job, using a piece of string to measure exactly the length of the existing brake pipe. Again, no massively fancy techniques needed, just some old garden string. So we've got an end on the brake pipe now and measuring that cut pipe. See how close we were.
Bob.
Straight on cue. Right size. Good news. So we're going to start bending the...
No, we're going to take this end off first, off the old pipe, because it's a special end.
Oh, okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we're putting a special end on this end. And what makes that so special?
It's a different shape.
It's different.
It's a bit queer on the smart car. It's a good end, so I'm using it again. And that's what I'll point out to you about the...
Yep.
Better on there. It should be a flat back, and that tool makes it with a tapered back.
I see, yep.
But when you put it in, it'll nip
But
up.
it'll still nip up. Whilst Dad's cutting that end off, here's a quick look at the rebuilt cylinder head. Still waiting to strap it all back down again, but there's a look inside. All nice and clean, and we've got that head just sat on there just to keep all the dust and grime and dirt out of it. So I shall put it back on now, just so we don't get all stuff in there. Right, looks like we're good to get that end on. So you might notice that we've got a new female brake pipe union here. We're actually keeping the old one off the car on this new pipe, mainly because we know that that is good and it fits the car and is OEM. There's no reason why that union can't be used again. So tightening up the tool again now to make the end of this brake pipe. And it is a single flare. We've just been in double check, not a double flare. Sometimes on the female end we'll have a double flare, but on this car, just a single flare. Good job we checked. So remove the tool parts now to reveal what we've made. Hopefully it's come out okay. If not, we've wasted a whole length of copper brake pipe. Yeah, happy days. Come out okay. Just file off any rough edges and burrs. Anything that might stop it from sitting nice and flush. And now it's just a case of shaping up the new pipe in relation to the old pipe. Just getting the angles all right. This is not going to be a quick process, but the majority of the pipe is relatively straight. It's just getting these ends right, so it's a bit difficult when you've got someone not able to help you because they're filming. So after much bending later, that end is done. Dad's just getting to the end. He's worked quite quick, and I just said to Dad, actually that's bent quite easily, and he's explained to me that it's actually called conifer, this pipe, so it's a copper alloy.
Which tweaking on this end, but not far off.
There we go. That is one new smart car rear brake pipe created in less than sort of 15-20 minutes. And what we'll do in just a moment, after we've checked the fitment against the car, which is what Dad's doing now, is we'll have a look at the old brake pipe and show you why it needed replacing. So Dad's just checking the fitment now of the new brake pipe, fitting it into the hub there and checking whether it fits in all the clips nice and snug. Some tweaking's going to be needed, obviously. There's a first attempt fit. That end is now on. This end is now going on. And you can see that it's looking good.
Yeah, a little bit of tweaking here. Not far off, yeah, a bit of tweaking, make it look better. That gives you an idea of what we've been trying to achieve. Like I said, it needs a bit of tweaking to make it look pretty, but looking good.
Right, so the moment of truth, and the reason why we've replaced the brake hose, pipe, not hose yet, is because the old one was totally posh rotten, and it's just snapped straight in half. So not a waste of our time, cash or effort. Definitely needed doing while I was here. It didn't need much to break there. Are you happy with the fact that we've replaced it?
So it don't break there.
No.
Rotten.
Posh rotten. So a job well done. That's it then. That's us, or Dad, making a new brake pipe for a smart car ForTwo 450. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps on the algorithm. If you're liking the progress so far, drop us a comment. What would you like to see next? What would you like us to do? If you're not subscribed, please do so. It does help. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the TikToks now. Yes, I'm on the TikToks. More videos on the way, including putting this engine back together. But until next time, take care and drive safe.